Before we start, now let us recite Dhammacakkappavattana Suttas. Okay? Evang me sutang ekang samayang bhagavan Varanasiyang viharati isipatane migadaye tatrako bhagava panchavagiye bhikkhu amantesi dveyime bhikkhave antapam bhajitena nasevitam Bhakatame dve Yo chayang kami sukha masukalika no yogo hino gammo poto janiko anariyo anata sanghito yo chayang an tequila matano yogo Doko anario anatta sanghito ete ko bhikkhave ubo ante anupagama majjhima patipada tathāgatena abhisambuddha cakukarani jnanakarani Upasamaya abhinyaya sambodhaya nibbānaya samvatati Katamaca sabhikave majjhima patipada tathāgatena abhisambuddha cakukarani Jnanakarani upasamaya abhinyaya sambodhaya nibbānaya samvatati ayang eva ariyo atangiko maggo seyatida sammaditi Samma sankappo, samma vaca, samma kammanto, samma ajivo, samma vayamo, samma sati, samma samadhi, ayang kosa bhikkhave majjhima patipada. Tathāgatena abhisambuddham cakukarani jnanakarani upasamaya abhinyaya sambodhaya nibbānaya samvatati idang kopana bhikkhave Dukkha riya sajjang jati pidukkha jara pidukkha biyadi pidukkha maranam pidukkha apiyehi sampayogo dukkho piyehi vipayogo dukkho Yampi chang na labhati tampi dukkhaṃ sankitena panchupadana khanda dukkhaṃ idang kopana bhikkhave dukkha samudayang ariya sajjang yayang tanha pono Bhavika nandira gasahagata tatra tatra binandini seyatidang kamatanha bhavatanha vibhavatanha idang kopana bhikkhave dukkha nirodhang ariya sajjang yotassa yeva tanhaya asesa viraga nirodho chago patini sago moti analayo idang ko panabhikave dukkha nirodhagamini patipadariya sajjang ayang eva ariyo atangiko mago seyatidang sammaditi samma sankappo samma vaca samma kammanto samma jivo samma vayamo samma sati samma samadhi idang dukkha ariya sajjanti me bhikkhave pobbe anano sute sudame suca ko udapadi jnana udapadi panya udapadi vijja udapadi aloko udapadi tangko panidang dukkha ariya sajjang parinyeyanti me bhikkhave pobbe anano sute sudame suca ko udapadi jnana udapadi panya udapadi vijja udapadi aloko udapadi tangko pana idang dukkha ariya sajjang parinyatan time bhikkhave pobbe anano sute sudam me suca ko udapadi jnana udapadi panya udapadi vijja udapadi aloko udapadi idang dukkha samudayang ariya sajjanti me bhikkhave pobbe anano sute sudam me suca ko udapadi jnana udapadi panya udapadi vijja udapadi aloko udapadi tangko panidang dukkha samudayang ariya sajjang pahatam bhakti me bhikkhave pobbe anano sute sudam me suca ko udapadi jnana udapadi panya udapadi vijja udapadi aloko udapadi tangko pana idang dukkha samudayang ariya sajjang pahinanti me bhikkhave pobbe anano sute sudam me suca ko udapadi jnana udapadi panya udapadi vijja udapadi aloko udapadi idang dukkha nirodhang ariya sajjang time bhikkhave pobbe anano sute sudam me suca ko udapadi ญาณังอุดปาดิปัญญาอุดปาดิวิจาอุดปาดิอาโลโกอุดปาดิตังโคปานิดังโดกันเนโรดังอริยสัจจังสาจิกาตาบังติเมบิกเวโปเบอานาโนสุเตสุดัมเมสุจักโกอุดปาดิญาณังอุดปาดิปัญญาอุดปาดิวิจาอุดปาดิอาโลโกอุดปาดิตังโคปานิดาโดกันเนโรดังอริยสัจจังสัจจิกาตันติเมบิกเวโปเบอานาโนสุเตสุดัมเมสุจักโกอุดปาดิญาณังอุดปาดิปัญญาอุดปาดิวิจาอุดปาดิอาโลโกอุดปาดิอิดังโดกันเนโรดกามินิปฏิปดาอริยสัจจังติเมบิกเวโปเบอานาโนสุเตสุดัมเมสุจักโกอุดปาดิญาณังอุดปาดิปัญญาอุดปาดิวิจาอุดปาดิอาโลโกอุดปาดิตังโคปานิดังโดกันเนโรดกามินิปฏิปดาอริยสัจจังบาเวตาบันติเมบิกเวโปเบอานาโนสุเตสุดัมเมสุจักโกอุดปาดิญาณังอุดปาดิปัญญาอุดปาดิวิจาอุดปาดิอาโลโกอุดปาดิตังโคปานิดังโดกันเนโรดกามินิปฏิปดาอริยสัจจังบาวิตันติเมบิกเวโปเบอานาโนสุเตสุดัมเมสุจักโกอุดปาดิญาณังอุดปาดิปัญญาอุดปาดิวิจาอุดปาดิอาโลโกอุดปาดิยาวกีวังจะเมบิกเวอิเมสุจโตสุอริยสัจเจสุเอวะติปาริวาตังโดดัสสาการังยะตาบุตังญาณดัสสนังนสุวิสุดดังอโหสิเนวตาวาบิกเวสเดวะเกโลเกสมาระเกสัพรามเกสาสมานบราหมณียาปจายสเดวมโนสายอนุตตารังสัมมาสัมพุทธิอภิสัมพุทโธติปัจจญาสิยะโตจะโกเมปิกเวอิเมสุจโตสุอริยสัจเจสุเอวะติปาริวาตังดุวาดาสาการังยะตาบุตังญาณดัสสนังสุวิสุดดังอโหสิอัตถังบิกเวสเดวะเกโลเกสมาระเกสัพรามเก sasamana brahmaniya pajaya sadeva manosang anotarang sammasang bodhi abhisambodoti pachanyasi Nyanang chapanamedasana udapadi akopame ceto vimoti ayang antimajati natidani punabhavoti idang avocha bhagava atmana panchavagya bhiko bhagavato Bahasitang abhinandunti imasming chapanaveya karanasming bhanyamani ayasmato kondanya savirajang vitamalang dhammacakko udapadi yang kinchi samudaya dhammang Sabang tang nirodha dhammang ti. This is where we finished? Sorry. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so this is where we finished. Okay. Yeah. Is it already shared? Is it the screen share already? Okay. All right. So good afternoon. Yeah, Namo Buddhaya. All right. So this is where we're going to start for today. So I hope today we can finish these suttas. All right. So I think last 2 weeks we covered quite a lot, right? And we know that this sutta is the very first suttas of the Buddhists. And this is where we finished. It talks about the 3 phases and 12 aspects, 12 akaras were historically purified, in this way. So we, talk about 3 phases and the 12 aspects. So these 3 phases is talking about the truth of each truth, right? It means that the truth of suffering, the truth of origin of suffering, the truth of a cessation of suffering, and the truth of, the path leading to the cessation of suffering, right? So these are the 4 truths. And then you have another one is to be understood, to be understood, to be abandoned, to be realized, and to be cultivated, right? So this is the 2nd phase. And then the 3rd phase of each truth is that of has been, right? It's a past participle, has been fully understood, right? Has been abandoned, has been realized, and has been developed. So all these 3 phases and 12 aspects has been fully, thoroughly understood, right? Abandoned, realized, and developed by the Buddhas. Okay. So due to these 3 phases and 12 aspects, right? It says that the knowledge and vision, right? Jnana dasana. Dasana means the seeing and the knowledge arose in me. Of course, this one has been explained, evolved in Theravada Abhidhamma as 7 stages of purification and 16 types of knowledges. Okay, it says that these 7 stages, 16 knowledges arose in me, right? So we have seen that part. It says that unshakable is the liberation of the mind, right? This is my last birth. There's no more renewed existence. There's no more rebirth, right? Then, okay, so after this knowledge and vision uttered by the Buddhas, right? Then it says that the Venerable Kondanyo, right, the first the disciples of the Buddha's name, Venerable Kondanyo, arose. You see, whatever is of the nature of arising, all is the nature of the cessation. Okay, so this is where we stopped last week, right? So we are going to continue, right? So Pavattana Bhagavata Dhammacakkappavattana Saddhang Anusaveso Etang Bhagavata Varanasiyang Isipatane Migadaye Anutarang Sam Dhammacakkappavattitang. Okay, so this is where started, right? So when this the wheel of Dhamma has been set in motion by the Blessed One, then it says that the earth dwelling deities, right, uttered this. Okay, so if you look at this part, so we look at is there any verb here, right? Okay, yes, definitely. But we look at this pavattite. Pavattite, this is a past participle, right? Pavattite is from the root. Vrt means to turn, right? To turn. So you see, you have the locative. One is a noun, right? Dhammacakka is a noun, and then one is a participle. So with this format, right, structure sentence, it is a locative absolute. Okay, so you can say when the Dhammacakka, when the wheel of the Dhamma has been set in motion, has been turned, right? Has been turned. And Bhagavata is instrumental by, okay, it's a locative absolute. And then Bhagavata means the instrumental by the Blessed One. So this is how the translation look like. And here is enclitic, so you put N here. When the wheel of Dhamma has been set in motion by the Blessed One. So you see, it's quite literal, right? And what happened? Bhumma Deva Saddhang Anusaveso. Right? So Anusavesum here is a third person plural aorist past tense. Okay. So this Anusavesu is from the root shru. Shru means to hear. Right? So this to hear. So who here? So here is the nominative is in the subject is in a nominative plural, right? So here the nominative plural is Bhumma Deva. Okay, Bhumma Deva, right? So this Bhumma Deva, right? Bhumma is an adjective to Brahma. It means that the devas that dwelt on the earth. It means that the earthly dwelling devas. Okay, so I find it very interesting because when you talk about the Bhumma Deva, who are these Bhumma Devas? Right? I think I have said this many times, right? Before we go up to the four great king, right? Four great kingdom, right? You have these Bhumma Devas even surrounding us. Who are they? They probably like the Yakka, right? And Naga, right? Naga means the dragon, right? And also another is Gandhabba, right? Gandhabba means the celestial devas, right? And then another one is what else? Huh? Yeah, Gandhabba. Yeah, I've said already Gandhabba, right? It's a Gandhabba, right? It's a Naga, Yakka, Radhika, huh? Huh?
Yakka,
Ashura?
No, not Ashura.
Kumbada.
Huh?
Kumbanda.
Yeah, Kumbanda. Yeah, because this name is very rarely heard of. Even we don't know what is this Kumbanda. But some say this Kumbanda is the Ashura. Huh? But anyway, it's still subject to a lot of controversies. And some say the Kumbanda is considered as some of these, the blessed hungry ghost. That's the hungry ghost. Because when we talk about the hungry ghost, not necessarily hungry ghosts are bad, is it? There are some blessed ones. Okay, it means that they are able to receive the offering, when we offer, right? So they are able to receive it. So of all these hungry ghosts, only these particular types of hungry ghosts are able to receive the offering. So it's Kumbanda. Okay, very good. So because this word we don't use very often, huh? So they are all considered as the Bhumma Deva, right? So you can say that the earth dwelling devas uttered, okay, said, uttered. Okay, sat down here is accusative. Okay, it's accusative. So this is an object. You can say that uttered the cry. Okay, or sat down here also can mean sound, can mean shouting, or just simply cry. Just cry. Just utter the cry. What are the cry here? Here. Right? Etang bhagavata varnasiyang isipatane megadaye anutarang Dhammacakkappavattana. Okay. Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, so this power, there is no finite verb. So here you have the PPP, right? So this PPP is in the nominative singular, right? It's in the neuter form. Okay, so you see the Dhammacakkam. Dhammacakkam here is a noun, right? But it's a neuter form. That's why the pavattita adjective to this, right? So, and then we see, yeah, you see the Dhammacakkam has been set in motion, and then you also see another adjective, anutarang. Oh, here you also have another one, etang. Etang means this, right? This is a pronoun. It's also neuter, nominative. So this Dhammacakkam. And anutarang is also nominative singular, neuter. So unsurpassed, also adjective to this. So you can all link up all these things together. This unsurpassed will of Dhamma has been set in motion. Okay, and the instrumental here by the Blessed One. And then, yeah, all these are locative. Varanasiyang, Isipatane, and Migadaya, all in the locative. Okay, so this is because of this. You see, this unsurpassed will of the Dhamma has been set in motion by the Blessed One. Right? So all these are in the locative, you see, but they are not connected to each other because this is in the feminine, right? So they are not objective or adjective to anybody, right? It's just stand alone, right? So in the Isipatane, right? Near the Varanasi, right? Or in the Varanasi, and you know, at the dear part, dear part, right? Okay. Okay, so I for those who want to capture the screens, so you need not to worry, because at the end of this class, I hope I'm going to share this slide to you, right? So okay, so you need not to worry so much. Yeah. So okay. Right. Then apativattiyang samanenava brahmanenava devenava marenava brahmanava kenachi va lokasming iti. So you see, all these are in the va form. It means o. Okay, and then yeah, you see in this case, because this is connected with the earlier the phrase, right? You see this apativattiyang. This is also adjective, yeah, neuter, nominative, singular, but adjective to Dhammacakkam, right? So you can say that, you know, since it's an adjective, you can say which, you know, cannot be stopped. Okay, cannot be stopped. Okay, cannot be stopped. Apati, means negation, cannot be stopped. Of course, then followed by all the instrumental, right? By the samana, right? By the Brahmin, by the God, by the Mara, by the Brahmana. Is it the Brahmana here? It is from the Brahman, right? This ending is Brahman, right? That's why you have this, you know, declension instrumental in the Brahmana form, right? So this is also another ending of noun, ending in an form. And kena is also by anyone. When you have chi here to make it indefinite, or by anyone. Lokas means in the world, right? This is a locative. You see, all very straightforward. Okay. So yeah, of course, due to the sandhi, lokas means the, right? But I split the sandhi already, so you have the m dot here. The m dot in front of t changed to n. Okay, but basically the sounds are the same, right? Lokas mean
Bhante,
yeah,
can
so-
I ask what's the difference the Brahmanena and Brahmuna?
okay. Oh, this Brahmanena is from Brahmana. Brahmana mean the Brahman. Okay, the Brahmin mean the caste. Indian one, the highest caste of India, you're the Brahmin, right? Sastriya, right? Vaishya and then the Sudra, right? So this is the Brahmin caste. Whereas this Brahmana is from Brahman, so this is the god. Their god is called Brahman. When you decline it in the nominative singular, it's called Brahma. Okay, so that makes the difference. You got it, right? Is it okay? Yeah, so you have these two terms, right? One is Brahmana and another is Brahman. So Brahman here is the Hindu, you know, the Brahmin, they are the god, is called Brahman. So, you know, all these Brahmin, you see the Sastriya, all different castes, you see, were created by the Brahman, by the god, okay? Bhummanang devanang saddhang sutva. Okay, so after this, you know, the earth dwelling god now then reached to this, you see, the Chaturmaharajika, right? So here you have the Sutwa. You see, Sutwa has a gerund, right? Gerund, also from the same root, right? Strum into here. So you can translate like having heard of what? Having heard, then these are all the, you know, especially this one is an object. Having heard the cry of, okay? Yeah, so this is a genitive plural of God. Then Bhumana is also genitive plural, right? Also adjective. So having heard the cry of the earth-dwelling devas, okay? Then Chaturmaharajika devasaddhang anusavesum. So it's also the person, they. Okay, it means that the devas, right? They, who are they? Chaturmaharajika devas. Okay, so this is the first realms of the celestial devas, right? In the sensual pleasure, in the sensual realms, huh? The 6 celestial devas. So the first is Chaturmaharajika deva. Okay, so then you can say the devas of the realms of the 4 great kings after Saddhang mean the crime. Okay, so here Chaturmaharajika describing. So Chaturmaharajika. You see, this is a good example. You especially look at this. This one, I want to make a comment, especially this one. It's from the Chaturmaharaja. Okay. Then you see, you have the M here. That is because of duplication. Okay. But you want to display that, you have to Chaturmaharajik, and you have the Ika, right? Ika. That is because this is the what they call the adjective suffix, right? It means that pertaining to Chaturmaharaja. It means here referred to those people, you know, in this Chaturmaharaja. Chatu means 4. Maharaja means the great king. Okay, the great king. So it means that refer to those people. It means that the devas, okay, the devas of the realms of the 4 great king. Okay, so here so having heard the cry of, right, Devana, right, of the earth dwelling devas, the devas, okay, of the realms of the 4 great king after the cry. Okay, so the first is the 4 great king. That's why all these Bhuma devas, right, all these earth-dwelling devas, they were controlled in a way by these 4 great kingdoms. So you know that these 4 great kingdoms are 4 great kingdoms that control 4 different types of earthly devas, right? Like the Yaksha, Kumbhandas, right? And then Nagas and the Gandhabas. Okay, so they control these 4 types of the Bhuma devas. Then after this, Next, okay, then same thing, right? Chatumaharajikānaṁ devanāṁ saddhaṁ sutta, right? Having heard the cry of the Chatumaharajika, right? What happened? Tawatimsa deva, okay, uttered the cry, okay? It means that they were like, shivering, right? Wow, is it? The kind of meaning. Okay, so I think, you know what is this Tawatimsa, huh? Tawatimsa means 33 gods, 33 gods. And you see, when we talk about the 33 gods, you see there are many devas live in these realms. Now when you talk about there are many. You look at these two, right? You have the Chatumaharajika and Tawatimsa. These two realms, Siddhartha, you see, they are belonging to the earthly devas also. Okay, so then same thing also. Tawatimsanang devanang saddhang sutta yama deva saddhang anusavesung, right? So same thing also, having heard the cry of the Tawatimsa devas, right? Yama devas, right? The Yama devas, right? Uttered the cry. So you have the Yama devas, okay? So the name Yama, okay, Yama mean, of course, they live in the air. You see, whereas the lower two gods, they live on the ground, right? They live on the ground, and from this third heaven onward, right? These are the devas that live in the air now. So when they live in the air, the Ashura, don't come and disturb them anymore. That's why they are free from all these difficulties, because with these Ashuras, that's why the first and the second 33 and the 4 great king, they have problems with these Ashuras. Even though when we say, living in the heaven is considered as a very blissful state, but it is not so. Right? Only from this Yama stage onward, they are free from all difficulties. Okay, it means that they are free from all the disturbances from this Ashura. Okay, so Yama. So this is the third stage, the third heaven. Same thing also, Yamanang Devanang Saddhang Sutta, right? So having heard the cry, right? And then the fourth one is Tushita Devas, heard, after the cry, okay? The Tushita. I think you know the Tushita, right? Tushita. Our future Buddha, future Buddhas, Maitreya, who is now a Bodhisattva, right? Maitreya Bodhisattva. According to the suttas, he is now in the Tushita Devas, right? So he will, descend, from the Tushita, to become our next Buddhas. So he is in the Tushita. And then what? Tushitanang Devanang Saddhang Sutta Nimanarati Deva Saddhang Anusaveso. Same thing, having heard the cry of the devas of the realms of the Tushita. Now, the fifth heaven, right, is called the Nimanarati devas. Okay, they uttered the cry. I think you also, the Nimanarati. Nimanarati mean, you see, the Nimanarati mean, what they call the creation, right? They create. So, they can create their own world. So Nimana Rati. Rati means to take delight. Okay, Rati, to take delight in the creation, in their own creation. Okay. So this is the fifth heaven. And then the next, Nimana Ratinang Devanang Saddhang Sutta Paranimitta Vasavati Deva Saddhang Anusavesum. Same thing, right? Having heard the cry of the realms of Nimanarati Devas, then the sixth one, the highest, the heaven, right? In the Kama Dhatu, right? In the sensual sphere, sensual plane of existence, is Para Nimitta Vasavati. right? Paranimitta. So you see the para, I don't translate it, right? Because I find it difficult to translate. I think it's no point. We just stay to the Pali words, okay? Paranimitta Vasavati. So, you see, when you talk about this paranimitta vasa, it means that they are the creation for others. So what does it mean? So it means that they enjoy, right, the what they call this the sense pleasure, right, created by others for them. Okay. So okay. I don't know how. 他化自在天 so they live, you know, they enjoy they enjoy, you know, the sensual pleasure, right? Because this is still in the Kama Dhatu, they enjoy sensual pleasure created by others, Nimana Rati, created by others for them. So this is the heaven. Okay. Now next, after this, something is interesting, but it goes higher, right? Because we talk about the 3 dhatus, right? Other than the 6 dhatu, other than the Kama dhatu, right? Then you have the what they call the Rupa dhatu. Okay, the Rupa dhatu. Oh, sorry. Let me see. Okay, yeah. Then Paranimitta Vasavatinang Devanang Saddhang Sutta. So having heard the cry of the devas of the realms of the Paranimitta Vasavati, Brahma Parisajja, Deva Saddhang Anusaveso. So here is the first of the 16, you know, the heavens in the Rupa Dhatu. Okay, the first is called the Brahma Parisajja. Okay, Parisajja, the community, the community. Okay, Parisajja, community or the retinue or the community or the Brahma. Okay, so it says that the Brahman lived in this realm. Okay, so this is the first of the Rupa Dhatu, right? Then this Brahma Parisajja, the name after the cry. Okay, so yeah, can you see or not? Wow, so small, I can't see. Okay, so this is essential Kama Loka. Yeah, we have seen this as 7. 7 means including the human beings. Okay, human being. Next. Okay, so so this is the first of the Rupa Dhatu. The Brahma Parisajjanang Devanang Saddhang Sutta. Okay, then the second, right? The second, the so-called heaven, right? Is Brahma Purohita. Okay, Purohita. Purohita means the minister. Okay, the name, the meaning. Purohita means the ministers. I don't know what. So it's the, you know, the ministers of Brahma. Right? This is a place where they dwell. Also, after the cry. Okay, so now come to the second. Right? Come to the second. So then you have the third one, the third of 16, right? Brahma Purohitanang Devanang Saddhang Sutta. Okay, having heard the cry, right, of the devas, of these Brahma Purohita devas, right? Maha Brahma devas. Maha means the great, okay, the great Brahmas, right? After the cry, you see. Then the fourth, Maha Brahmana is a genitive. So I don't repeat it because they are the same structure. Devana is genitive, Saddhang is accusative, Sutta means the gerund. Then the fourth one is Paritabaha devas. Okay, Paritabaha devas. Okay, this one is from Parita. Parita means the limited, right? And the Abaha means this is the radiant, a shining forth, right? So you, what it calls, you know, after the cry. Okay, so this is the fourth. And then you have another one, Right? Parita Bahanang Devanang Saddhang Sutta. Apamana Bahadeva Saddhang Anusaveso. You see, you have the fourth one mean the limited. Apamana mean unlimited, right? Abha mean unlimited radiant. Okay, unlimited radiant. Devas, okay, after the cry. Okay, so this is the fifth. The fifth, and then then we go to the sixth. Okay. Apamana Bhana Devanang Saddhang Sutta Abhasara Deva Saddhang Anusave Song. Okay, so this is Abha. Okay, Abhasara Devas. Okay, so Abhasarang. You know this Abhasarang, it says that in one of the suttas, you see, they say that, you know, this is how the world evolved. It says that, you know, the first being from Abhasara Devas, you know, come to this earth. So it says it's from the Abhasara Devas, right? Abhasara, the first being, is coming from this from this heaven, right? They come. That's why they appeared as a like, you know. But because when they come to this earth, it's due to the greed, they got attached to the, you know, to the taste of the earth. At that time, it says that, you know, the soil is of the taste of honey, so it's very delicious. So they got attached to this, and because of the attachment, right, and their body become more and more coarse. It's no more subtle and coarse. So this is the Buddhist evolution of the world. Anyway, but the word, the name occurred, Abhasara Devas. Okay, then you have another one, Abhasarang Devanang Saddhang Sutta. Then okay, you have the Parita Subha. Okay, Parita Subha. Subha means the happiness, right? Parita means limited. Yeah, we have seen that one as you know, the limited happiness. Anyway, it's up to your translation. Okay, so this is how many? Which devas now?
Subha is not very.
That was 7.
7 already. Yeah. Any? Oh, sorry, Subha. No. Then I thought it's a Sukha. Subha. Subha also has that meaning, all right? Okay. And let me see. Subha. Oh, this is the Subha. Yeah. Jingguang Tian. Yeah. Jingguang Tian. Yeah. Subha. How to translate? Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Okay. Limited purity. For the time being, yeah, it's a mental translation. Okay, so this is the 7 already, right? And then we go to the 8, right? Having heard the cry of the devas of the realms of Parita Subha, then you have Apamana Subha, unlimited purity. Okay, so this is the 8. Okay, the 8. Then number 9, right? Having heard the cry of the devas of the realm of this Apamana Subha, then you have the Subha Kinghaka Devas. Okay, Subha Kinghaka. Anyway, Pianjing. So then you have the Subha Kinghakana Devana, right? Saddhang Sutta, and you have Vehapala Deva, Vehapala Devas. Okay, so how many already? 10 already, yeah.
10.
Okay, then we go 11. Having heard the cry of the devas of the realms of Vihapala Devas, then you have the Aviha Deva, all these different names. Then utter the cry. So, okay, then you have 12. Avihana Devana Saddhang Sutta, then Atappa Deva Saddhang Anusaveso. Right, so it's Atappa Devas, right? And then next, you have also Atapana Devana Saddhang Sutta, Sudasa Deva Saddhang Anusaveso. So how many? Now this is 13 already, yeah? Sudasa Deva. Sudasa. No. How many? 14? 14 already. Okay. So the Sudasa, is it Sudasa mean yeah, Sudasa means sun, huh? Is good. Dasa mean, seeing. Okay. So you can say it good seeing mean beautiful lah. Yeah, good seeing. Yeah, like Sudasana. Huh? It's good seeing. Anyway. Then you have Sudasana, Devana, Saddhang Sutta. Oh yeah, same thing also. Sudasi Deva. Oh, you have the Sudasa, Sudasi. Okay, yeah, Sudasi. Yeah. And then next, yeah, we almost come to the 16 already. Here the 16. Then it says Sudasina. Here's the 15. Right? Devana, Saddhang Sutta. The 16 is called Akanitaka. Okay, Atanitaka. Atanitaka means the peerless. Okay, Akanikata. Saddhang Anusaveso, right? This Akanitaka after the cry, right? And what is this? It said, Etang Bhagavata Bharanasiyang Ispatane Mikadaye Anutarang Dhammacakkam. Yeah, we have seen this. Pavatitang Apativatiyang Samanenava Brahmanenava Devenava Marenava Brahmanava Kenachi wa Lokasming Iti. Yeah, we have seen this, right? It says that, okay. Yeah, it says that, you see here, Dhammacakkappavattana is a noun, right? It's a noun, right? So you can say that, etang, this, unsurpassed, anuttara, the will of the Dhamma has been, right, set in motion, has been turned by the Blessed One in Isipatane, right? And near the Varanasi, okay, at the deer path. Okay, then you have Apativatiyam, right? This is also an adjective to Dhammacakkappavattana, which cannot be stopped, okay, by the samana, right? Or by the Brahmin, or by the Devas, or by the Brahmaras, right? Or by the Brahman, or, okay, or, right? Or anyone, Kenachi, or anyone in the world. Yeah, so you can see, cannot be stopped by anyone. That's why it go layer by layer, go towards the top of the Rupa Dhatu. Okay, so okay, so this is a fine material world, right? So you can see this. Okay, so yeah, we almost come to an end already. Yeah. Itiha tena khanena, tena layena, tena muhtena, yava brahma loka saddho abhug gachi. Okay. Okay, so you have the itiha, right? And let me see. Okay, so we look at the verb, right? You have the verb abugachi. Yeah, abugachi. So this is aorist. Yeah, aorist. And the person singular, right? So if the person singular, then we have to find the nominative singular, right? Then you can translate like the cry, right? The cry, abugachi means spread, spread. And you have like tena kanen, tena layena, tena mohutena, right? So these are all become an adverb already. So kanena mean adapt, you know, at that, by that moment, right? You can take it as an adverb. It means that at that moment. And then tena layena, I mean at that instance, right? And tena muhuttena, at that muhuttena, second, right? So these are all the adverb. So at that very moment, at that very instant, at that very second, so fast, huh? Then saddo, right? The cry, the sound, right? Spread, yava, as far as or up to the Brahma Loka. You see, so fast at that very moment. You see, it's spread up to the Brahma world. Okay, you got it. So itiha, you know this itiha, you can just translate like day 4. Day 4. So usually this itiha is like you know, yeah, what do you call this? Just simply you translate like day 4 or dust. Okay, so yeah, all these instruments, let me see. Yeah, Brahma Loka, spread to. Okay, so this one Loka is in the ablative. Okay. So this Yava followed by Loka, right, up to. I mean, this is usually this is a case that use it, giving a sense of you know, up to or until, right? Until you know, to the yeah, the Brahma world. Okay, so thus at that moment, at that instance, at that second, the cry, right, spread as far as the Brahma world. Okay. Yeah. Ayang dasa sahasiloka dhatu sankampi sampakampi sampavedi appamano cha ularo obhaso loke paturahosi atikam devanam devanubhavam iti. Okay, so okay, so this sentence, right? So there are many verbs here, many verbs, right? So you have like the sankampi, sampakampi, sampavedi. Okay, so let me see. So the first one is sankampi, right? Sankampi is from the kam, right? Kam means to trembling, tremble. Right? Sang means completely tremble. So you just shock, right? Shock, like shaking, right? Shock. This is aorist. So it's a third person singular. So you have to find the nominated singular, right? So the nominated singular is this. Dasa sahasiloka dhatu. You see, they are compound, right? I put a dashed, you know, to split. You see, so this compound consists of 4 members. Dasa means 10, right? Sahasa means 1,000. Loka means world. Dhatu means sphere, right? So yeah, 10,000 world sphere. Okay. Dasa sahasiloka dhatu. Tremble, shock. Ayang. Ch means end and clarity. And ayang. Okay, let me see any explanation here. Oh no. Ayang is a pronoun, adjective to, you know, this dasa sahasiloka dhatu is in the nominative singular, right? So you can set, you know, and this 10,000 world sphere shock, right? Comma. You also have another one, sampakampi. Sampakampi is from sang, pra, and kam. Also more or less the same. You have only different in pra. Pra means 4th, right? 4th. So yeah, you translate like tremble, tremblant. Then you also have another one, sampavedi, right? Sampavedi. The sampavedi mean yeah, also kind of shaking, right? Also has that meaning. Or they call it the quack, right? And okay, here you have said Dasa Sahasa Loka Dhatu is a masculine nominated singular, right? You also have another noun ending in u, you, and then ayang is also ayang. Sometimes it's feminine, sometimes it's masculine. Okay, they are the same. So in this case, it has to agree with this dhatu. So the grammar, the gender is masculine, right? And okay, so you have, so in this case, I can translate the first part, that is, and these 10,000 words fear, right? Shock, right? Trembled and quack, right? Of quack. So what else? Okay, you have also another one, chirp. So you have two chirp here. So it means that there are these two phrases. And what? Find the verb, right? Patur rahosi. Patur rahosi is from patur and buhu, right? Buhu mean manifest. Patur mean become manifest, right? Patur. So it means appears, right? Appears. So appear. What appear? What appear, right? Since this is a third person singular, if there is this nominated singular, you could find it, right? So the nominated singular is apamano, olar, o bahaso, these three. Right? Apamano mean immeasurable, olaro, obahaso. Obahaso mean glorious. No, the radiant. Olaro mean the glorious. Immeasurable, glorious, radiant, manifest. Okay, manifest. Loke is a locative. Okay, yeah. So you see they are all adjective. Okay, so apamano mean this immeasurable, right? Olaro mean glorious. Obahaso, right, is radiant. Become, manifest, locate in the world. Okay, or become manifest, or become manifest in the world, or appears in the world. Vast, like, immeasurable, like, appears. Okay, or become visible in the world. Atikam. Okay, this is gerund. Right? Atikama, gerund. It means that is from ati and kram, right? Kram means to go, right? Ati means over, to go over, means surpassed, right? So having surpassed, what you have to find the, the object, right? The object is Deva Anubhavang, okay? Anubhavang means the power. Okay, the power. Deva means divine power. Okay, divine power. So this is object. So having surpassed the divine power, accusative, then Devana is a genitive, right? Yeah, a genitive of the word. Okay, so it's very straightforward. Huh? So this text, those very long, but it's very good for beginner. Not really. Yeah. So yeah, so this is this 10,000 word system, short, tremblet, quack, and immeasurable, glorious, radiant, become visible in the world, having surpassed the divine power of the devas. Okay. Then I think, let me see, we almost come to an end, yeah. Okay. Atako Bhagava. Imang udanang udanesi anyasi watabho kondanyo anyasi watabho kondanyo ti. Okay, so the verb here is udanesi, is also an aorist, third person singular, but this one is it's a denominative, right? It's from the denominative. The denominative is from a noun, verb derived from noun. Okay, so udana, udana, you know this udana lah, huh? The utterance, right? So so this uttered, you can try if you take it as a verb, right? Uttered. So it's a third person singular. Then you have to find the subject. Here the subject is the Bhagava. So the blessed one uttered. Uttered what? yeah, you find the object, right? Imang udana, accusative, this udana, this utterance. Okay, this utterance. Atako, yeah, just then, simply. Yeah, yeah, imang, this utterance. Then anyasi. Anyasi is also third person aorist. Anyasi. Right, it's from the root nya. Okay, so mean he understood, right? He understood. Vata mean indeed, right? Indeed. Bho. Yeah, this Bho is like Bhante. Okay. Bho Kondanyo. Oh yeah, Bho. Bho is like like Bhante. You see, like Bhante. But sometimes you find the word Bho or Bhante also. You have this form. So you can say that the Bho Kondanyo. It means. But this is in the nominative singular. Sorry, Bho is nominative singular. So you can translate like Bhante Kondanyo, right? Or Venerable Kondanyo. Understood, indeed understood, right? Vata. Then Anyasi Vata Bho Kondanyo. Oh, repeat. You also can say that the Venerable Kondanyo understood indeed. Or indeed, it is indeed Venerable Kondanyo understood. It is indeed Venerable Kondanyo understood. Okay? Or anyway, it's just a matter of has indeed understood. Kondanyo has indeed understood. It's okay. I take it as a perfect tense. But in this case, we take it as aorist. But it's okay. The meaning is there, right? Okay, now I think this is the last part, right? Itiha, or you have another one, itiha, right? So we just take it as das or therefore. Idang ayasmato kondanyasa, anyasi kondanyo ti eva. Okay, this te eva is from tueva, right? Tueva. Tueva namang ahositi. So you see, you have the iti and then you have iti. Okay, so it sounds like, there is this, opening and closing. Then where it start? Okay, yeah, you have. Then how? So let me see. We have to explain first. Oh, yeah, same thing. We have seen this anyasi. And then ahosi is a third person aorist. Ahosi namang. Ahositi. All right. Yeah, you see, I'm going to explain a little bit because this is what we earlier have seen. Ayasmato kondanyasa. This is genitive, right? Genitive. Usually genitive with this ahosi, aorist, verb to be, you can translate like has or have. Okay, so you can take like venerable kondanyo. Sometimes you have the boho kondanyo, but in this case, it takes ayasmato kondanyasa because it's genitive, right? So you can say that the venerable kondanyo, okay, ahosi mean has what? Has nama, has the name, okay, has the name. What name? You say, you look at this idang. This name has this name. What is this name? This is the name. Anyasi kondanyo, because we have seen this, right? Kondanyo, right? Venerable kondanyo, understood or indeed understood. Okay, so yeah, because just now we have seen this, you see? Sorry. Anyasi watabo kondanyo, right? Anyasi watabo kondanyo. Yeah, you have the anyasi kondanyo. So it means that the, venerable kondanyo has idang namam. Right? Yeah, you see, idang nama has this name. What is this name? Evani is emphasis, right? You can say kondanyo, venerable kondanyo, understood, has indeed understood. You can take it. Okay. Yeah. in this way, itiha, or therefore, the Venerable Kondanyo has this name. Okay, Kondanyo has understood, or Kondanya, right? Understood, indeed, or indeed understood. Okay, or has understood, has indeed understood. Okay, so yeah, we are very happy because this is a very long suttas, but we are able to finish, within 3 lessons. I think you have benefited a lot because to understand this sutta is not easy, especially we are reading, word by word, sentence by sentence, and translate literally. And of course, in these suttas, we learn something. Summary. You see, we learn something. We can recollect what we have so far learned. This Dhammacakka start by saying, okay, we had to avoid 2 extremes. Okay, we had to avoid 2 extremes. What are these 2 extremes we talk about? Sensual desire, sensual indulgence, and another one is the self-mortification. Okay, so start by saying this very clear. Avoid these 2 extremes. And then he said, okay, after this, avoiding these 2, then Buddha realized the middle way, middle path, right? Then Buddha expound, right, the 4 noble truths, right? And he defined what are these 4 noble truths: dukkha, samudaya, nirodha, and marga. Then Buddha also specifically highlighted the noble effort path. Okay. Then after that, the Buddha talked about his knowledge and insight, directly understood these 3 phases and 12 aspects of the 4 noble truths. Okay, so we have seen that. Then after this, we have heard that the proclamation, right, from different realms. Okay, so then after that, it also talked about the attainment, and okay, the attainment. The Buddha's attainment and the Kondanyo attainment, is it? Yeah. And then after that, we heard about the sound, you see, spreaded, from one heaven, to another heaven and to another heaven, and to the top is called Akani, to the top. And then what else? And then later on, Kondanyo understood directly, the teachings of the Buddha. So there is this term called Anyasikondanyo, Anyasikondanyo, that kind of meaning. I think is very short. This is very short, but it's a very, very brief descriptions of the 4 noble truths. But if you want to know more about the 4 noble truths, right? You can go to this Satipatthana Suttas. It gives a very thorough understanding. Of course, in many other suttas also you find, not necessary. You find in many suttas the very detailed explanation of 4 noble truths and noble effort path.